America greater, and today was another major milestone because MSNBC finally fired Joy Reid, the angry black woman and really the most anti-white person in American media today. Word is,
he really got it right. She really is the most anti-white person in American media today. MSNBC really should be ashamed of themselves for letting her go on this long. Like, who owns that network, right? Joy Reid is disgusting. She's vile. I'm not the person who's going to say, yay, oh my God, she's fired. I think it's funny. You know, like, I'm not that person, right? But I'm also not going to stop a person from having a good time. So, you know, whoever's celebrating about this, I'm not even looking at you twice to say, oh, come on, but you can't do that with someone. You're not getting that from me. You're not getting that from me. The fact is, this woman is quite divisive. Let's go ahead and get into this breaking news.
That she may actually be allowed to host a couple more shows this week before finally signing off. Most likely because MSNBC is trying to appease her and not have her go on unhinged rants on Twitter and TikTok about how the network is racist. But they're not just getting rid of her because she is the living embodiment of the angry black woman behavior pattern, or that she is the most anti-white editorialist on television. She is a complete...
Let me just say he's right. Like, I don't mind when people say the angry black woman trope. Like, I don't, because I know too many of them. And Joy Reid with that peasy head, I don't know whoever told her to come on camera looking like this, right? But Joy Reid with that peasy head, I'm sorry, and that attitude deserved every title that they gave her. She just did. It's because the way she acted, so he's not wrong. By the way, guys, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you to every eye that lands on these videos. Thank you so much.
Moron.
I mean, this really was an historic, flawlessly run campaign.
This is her analysis of Kamala Harris's campaign. It was flawless.
She had, Queen Latifah never endorses anyone. She came out and endorsed. You know, I mean.
Hey, celebrities know what's best. And if Queen Latifah endorses a candidate, you know they're qualified.
She had every prominent celebrity voice. She had the Taylor Swift, she had the Swifties, she had the Beehive. Like, you could not have run a better campaign in that short period of time. And I think that's still.
I mean, how dumb does that make her sound? The Beehive and Swifties. The fact that we used to listen to, because, you know, my generation was listening to, like, oh, it's cool, like, get out and vote, and, like, P. Diddy, of all people, you know, promoting this. It's like this, oh, my God, no, right? But that didn't make her Queen Latifah. When the last time she had a hit?
True. So that's what makes a successful presidential campaign in Democrats' mind. It's just having loads of celebrities endorsing you, not having actual policies that the American people want, because the celebrities know what's best. This may also be MSNBC finally attempting to distance themselves from the insane Nazi, fascist, racist rhetoric that their hosts have been spewing about Donald Trump for, well, over 8 years now. Here she is making the final push, trying to encourage her mindless viewers to vote for Kamala.
To begin our final sprint, having arrived at that point in the election season where basically we on this side of the TV screen have said all we can. We've laid out the stakes in this crucial election where one side stands for freedom while the other meets the textbook definition of fascism.
Well, of course, everything is the exact opposite because we stand for freedom and the Marxists are the ones who are the anti-American scum.
Well, I would say both parties have that in them, okay? Don't get it twisted. See, I didn't expect him to do that, right? Don't get it twisted. I'm not here to lie to people and be like, yeah, we on the right. We believe in the Constitution. I used to say that until after I realized that I stepped a little too far on the right, if you will, and was told by right-wingers, you know, that I'm a bad person, basically, and, you know, and I've been canceled, which is fine, right? Which is fine. It's perfectly fine. But so, yeah, miss me with the, you know, fluffy dreams and all of that, but we can still laugh at Joy Reid. But at the same time, too, you know, people like Rachel Maddow, she has to be careful. But she's next to, I'm sure, Sunny Hoskins, these kind of people. They just spit out lies and deception. in your face, not even coded.
far-right dictatorial regime like Hitler's Germany or Franco's Spain or Mussolini's Italy, but also white-ruled South Africa before Mandela and the black majority took control, or Vladimir Putin's Russia, Viktor Orban's Hungary, or Nicolas Maduro in Venezuela today, that suppresses the rights of women and minorities.
The liberal mainstream media network.
Before we go further, this is how I know that these people, they don't, believe, they don't have any values. Like, because it cracks me up how at both sides of America, like, come at Nicolas Maduro. Like, I don't live in Venezuela, but I know one thing. What our sanctions do to Venezuela hurts Venezuela more than the president. It just is what it is.
Bear a significant portion of responsibility for the mental health crisis that is facing America. Not all of it, of course. The big tech platforms bear probably even a larger responsibility, and the breakdown of the traditional family, the moral fabric of society. But it's immoral, really satanic liars like these who have duped millions of morons who, maybe due to no fault of their own, still are so ignorant they trust the mainstream media. And so imagine watching this, not as like entertainment value, like it's the Jerry Springer show, but actually believing what these people say. You would think that there's a fascist takeover in America. And it's become as no surprise that Joy Reid is a DEI hire, not just at MSNBC, but it's the reason why she got into, wait for it, Harvard. Imagine Harvard allowing such an absolute ignorant, angry psycho into their school, but they did in the name of diversity.
Well, let me just be clear. I got into Harvard only because of affirmative action. I went to a school no one had ever heard of in Denver, Colorado, in a small suburb. I didn't go to Exeter or Andover. I didn't have college test prep. I just happened to be really nerdy and smart and have really good grades and good SAT scores. Right. But someone came to Denver, Colorado to look for me.
Well, they weren't looking for you. They were just looking for unqualified black people in order to create artificial diversity at the university.
And the problem is that I don't believe she's dumb, right? I don't. I don't think that she's dumb. I think she's like angry and miserable. But see, this is why I don't like affirmative action. Anyway, I've never been about affirmative action ever since I was a little girl. The day that somebody explained it to me, I was like, oh no, I don't. What is that, right? I mean it. Because you did take a spot away from somebody because they had to meet quotas. And that doesn't mean that you're less than anybody else, but, if there's I'm not doing the algebra. I'm not with it like, oh, well, we have to fill the black seats now, even though there's more people who have a better resume than me, because I'm the bomb, don't get me wrong, but I'm not sitting here acting like I'm the best at literally everything. But then you would put somebody else in because they're black. Or what about if now you're ready to get, like, not to say ready to get, what if you were getting, okay, let's say you're, just because we're doing affirmative action, right? You're getting the black person. Oh, too many blacks, we need trans now. See, because at this point, everybody gets affected. I don't want anything to do with it. I brought up to you Rachel Maddow. Rachel Maddow's former mentor says she lost her principals for a $25 million salary, and what happened was Maddow's former mentor has hit the MSNBC host after she renewed her contract. And what happened too, when she renewed her contract, she lost $5 million. Like, she had to take a pay cut, okay? She's not the only one who had to do that. You know who else had to take the pay cut? Joy Reid, okay? And then finally, the final solution was just cancel the show. If these people don't realign and get it together, the same thing will happen to her too. They are not playing. Now, I will say I think that there's a very crazy change up that's happening, but this is not the video for that. Listen, a lot of things are coming off of television, corporate press, everything else. A lot of people watch more of YouTube, but there's a lot going on. So it's nothing for them to start slashing people off and saying, hey, we're saving money this way, and we could take this money and invest it into a program on YouTube. I mean, even News Nation isn't doing that bad. So these people better get it together and stay, I'm not saying don't report against the Trump administration, but if you're going to talk about something that you don't like, the policy that came out, just talk about the policy. Why do you have to slander people first and then talk about the policy? It makes no sense. But there we go. This is what's going on. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.